everybody, Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be starting a calligraphy classes. So one of my subscribers, she has requested me to make a calligraphy video for beginners, those who are into calligraphy learning or those who can learn through my video. I'll divide this whole video into different classes. I'll start with today's video, but I will be telling you the very important things about starting calligraphy. So the number one things that is going to be, what are the mistakes that you make while you are starting calligraphy. So I think the major mistake that we're making, that I made when I started calligraphy, was that I had no clue about the strokes, which are the basic and the most important, what you call is a fundamental thing, and I had no clue about that. And the second is about the pen and the paper. So you kind of start with any pen that you see on Amazon. You just go and search for calligraphy pens, and there are like loads of options, but you don't know what is the best for you as a beginner. Also, I spent like thousand of my money into buying the pens which were of no use. And later on, I realized that I wasted my money. So, but yeah, eventually I learned, and I'm really happy because my struggles are going to make your struggle easy. I will start with your common mistakes that you are making. A lot of videos on your YouTube channel that you can find and learn a lot about calligraphy. You will learn the number one thing, that are common mistakes that you're making while learning calligraphy, basic strokes of calligraphy, drills, that how you can have a command on a brush pen, and then how you can form the strokes, how you can form the letters, how you can form the uh, words and then sentences. After that, we will have a class where I will teach you how you can make a abstract pattern on a watercolor paper, and how you can use the colors and the paper and make an abstract pattern so that you can write on that particular paper or that art to make your calligraphy pop up and appealing quotes. Yeah, you will be learning a lot in my classes, and I promise one thing, it will not be a waste of time. It will be always going to help you and benefit you. So if you want to join me in this journey, you can do it very easily. Just subscribe my channel and press the bell icon, so you are always updated whenever I am posting a video. So yeah, let's get started. And so I'm just gonna type calligraphy quotes, right? So these are something that you call as the calligraphy. So you just see, she designed a life she loved. So what is the thing that you find particular in this uh, matter, in this post? Okay, so just observe these things. Now I'll come to this. Every journey starts with a decision. And can you see the kind of uh, the writing? It's not cursive, it's calligraphy. So you will never regret being kind. Okay, so these are what you generally call calligraphy. So these are like simple quotes written in a little design form, okay, in artistic way. So it's not just be brave, be good. So you can see the artistic way of writing this particular quote: be brave, do good, stay you. So so this is the simplest of the calligraphy that you can see here whenever you are searching for it. And what you do, the mistake that I'm going to tell you that you are making, is a lot of mistakes. So number one thing is that you are not aware of the kind of paper to use. You're not aware the kind of pen you should use. You're not aware of the simplest and the basic steps, which is the strokes of calligraphy. So what I used to do, for example, this is the quote, and it's written, he knows what's in your heart. So it's an ayat from Surah Mulk, okay, and it says he knows what is in every heart. Surah Mulk. Now you see what used to happen. I had like a small pen I had, and I used to do. I used to like, okay, I have a sketch pen, and I'll start writing the same way it's written. So I am just copying everything that is like I used to copy. Like this is what you are doing as well. Now you see this is like little dark. Okay. So you see, okay, so this is dark. So you're just copying everything. Now you are observing that this is the dark. This one has to be dark. And then you see this is also dark. This portion is also dark in E. So you're just trying to copy. So this is what I used to do. And I think this is the mistake that we all make. Now you will write knows what is in every heart. Knows. Now you again write knows. You have written like that. Now you're just trying to copy. And something like that. Now, again, what you will do, you try to just make this particular uh, line dark. Now you have just keep watching, and this little dark. I'm just trying to tell you where these dark lines are coming from. Now you're just going to, and then you see this is the darker portion. This is the darker portion. Okay. Similar way I used to do, I just used to like what, I'll just write what like that, and I'll just try to darken these just by watching this, just by watching this and copying everything. I'll also share some of my posts where I used to write like that, and when I started literally calligraphy. So yeah, so this is the thing that I wanted to tell you. Now I am going to introduce you to the basic things. Okay, so let me just grab a pen for myself. Okay, now you see that when you write H, okay, what do? You write like this. If you come from up to down, you don't write H like this. I don't know, some people are writing like that, but what we is generally what we do is we just uh, bring the line from up to down, okay, and then horizontal line. This is H. And similarly, when you want to draw A, what do? You do like this, yeah. You make a circle, and in a cursive, you make it like that. So you went from this whole circle, and you just, how do you write? This is how you write the cursive, okay? A. You went from down and then up, and then again down and then up, right? So what is happening here? You came from up to down. You came from up to down. In A, what happened? You came rounded from up to down, right? Down, and then you went up, and again you went up and then down. This is what has happened here exactly. Okay, let me just lock this. So this is what exactly happening. Now, when you are doing calligraphy, it is done with a particular brush pen or a pen which is, the tip is not actually, this is stiff. Okay, you see, you understand. This is the stiff, and this is called monoline. So you are, if you write it like this, you know, slant, or like that, or like that, you move the pen, but you see the lines are just, this thickness of this line doesn't changes. It doesn't changes. Okay, but what happens with a brush pen? Okay, just for example, you have a brush pen, or you just have a brush pen, this one. Now, just look at the tip of this pen, and this is basically particularly for calligraphy, and I'm talking about brush pen. So this is the kind of a brush. You see that uh, this has got like a tip. Okay, it's in a conical form. It's conical. Now, when I will write something, and I'm not putting a lot of pressure, you see the line is this much. Okay, but if I will put a lot of pressure, you see the thickness of the line changes. You can write it this much, you can write it maybe this much, or you can write this much of thickness. So you can literally change the thickness of the line with a brush pen. But if I'm talking about a monoline, this is called a monoline pen. Monoline is, mono is one, single, and line is line. So single line, you cannot change the thickness of the line. It's just the same, from anywhere, whatever kind of, like, whatever pressure you're putting on this, it doesn't changes. But if you are putting a light pressure, what happens? Line is lighter, and little more pressure, line is little dark, and it just changes, keeps on changing. And this is the maximum thickness that this brush can attain, according to its thickness, according to its height of this nib. Understand? So this is the whole thing. Now, I just told you that when I'm going to write H, what I'm going to do, I will bring my pen from up to down, right? Similarly, what you do, whenever you are coming, so this is happens in the calligraphy. Whenever you are coming from, your nib is coming from up to down, you have to make a maximum pressure on your pen. Okay, this brush pen. So I'm coming from up to down, so my pressure on this nib is more. Okay, so thickness is changed. You just see the same thing is happening when you can see edge. Afterwards, I have drawn it like that here. If you observe, so everything, every stroke that comes from up to down, we have to put a lighter pressure. Sorry, higher pressure. But the same thing when you go upwards, and you are going from down to up, the pressure has to be very light. So this pressure is light, this pressure is light. Don't put it like this, don't write it like that. No, every stroke that goes upwards has to be thin, and every stroke that is coming down has to be thick. This is the main key, this is the main thing that you have to pick if you want to start calligraphy. Now I will tell you how we are going to write A. So you have the pen, and you start to write A. You pen like this and like this. This is how you write cursive A. Now I'm going to do this with this brush pen, writing A with a brush pen. I'll go in around, and if I'm going left, it means that I'm going upwards. The stroke, the pressure is light, so pressure is low. So what is happening? We are putting low pressure, so the thickness is what? Less. Thickness is less. Now, if I am, and then I'm coming downwards. The moment I turn my pen down, I start to put a lot of pressure, and then the thickness changes. Now I'll go up, up. Now again, the thickness is thin. It is decreasing. Again, I'm going upwards. Pressure is light, and again I'll come down, and I see that I have to put a lot of pressure. So the stroke is little thick. Again, I'm going upwards, and again it is getting changed to lighter thickness. Thickness is decreased, lesser thickness. So this is what happened in calligraphy, but doesn't happen in cursive. And when we are writing cursive, we are usually using a monoline pen, but when we are doing calligraphy, we are using a brush pen to do the calligraphy. So this is what is the simplest thing that you have to pick when you are starting calligraphy. So this is the first lesson in the first class, where I have demonstrated few pictures showing you how calligraphy looks, and then I have demonstrated that how you are just copying everything from the text that is already on the internet, and you're just copying it and trying to darken the areas where you find it dark and lighten the areas where you find it light. And the third thing that I demonstrated here was that how you're going to write with a monoline pen, and how you're going to write with a brush pen, its thickness, and what kind of pressure, changing the pressure, varying the pressure, changes and varies the thickness of the line. And then I've also told you that you have to write like A and in cursive, and how it will be done using a brush pen, and that is a calligraphy. So this is about lesson number 1 today, and we'll move in the next lesson where I will show you how the different kind of drills to practice to have a good, you know, what do you say, command on this pen. And I will also show you different brush pens that you can use, and the cheaper ones that you want to start with. So yeah, we'll meet you in the next lesson. So guys, that was about the class. I hope you learned something, and stay tuned for the next class where I will be teaching you about the different pen and the cheaper pens that you can buy, so that you are not spending a lot of money while learning this skill. Please subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. I'll be posting it tomorrow.